Cooking is not just about food, it's about passion. Cooking takes me into a creative headspace, into a world where I escape the stresses of life. I can work well under pressure, I can lead high-performing teams, and I feel great working in the kitchen knowing that I'm just about to bring joy to somebody's palate. I've been working hard, I've conquered my fears, and I know that I have what it takes to become a professional chef.
Mrs. Safwan, can I go back to class now?
Oh, sorry, yeah, you can go back to class now. Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to the show where I prove that I have what it takes to become a chef, cooking amazing Southeast Asian dishes every single week. For today's episode, we are going to be making Thailand and the world's favorite Thai curry. It's called Massaman Curry. For the ingredients, we're going to start by making the Massaman Curry paste. For that, we're going to need some dried red chilies. We're going to need some shallots, lemongrass, kaffir lime leaves. We're going to need some galangal. We're going to need some garlic cloves, and we're going to need some coriander roots. For the paste, we'll also be going to use some dried spices. So for that, we are going to need some cumin seeds, some coriander seeds. We'll be using some salt, cinnamon powder, white pepper powder, some nutmeg. We're going to need some cloves, star anise, and green cardamom. The ingredients that we'll be putting into the curry will be beef, potatoes, some onions. We've got some bay leaves here. And instead of peanuts, I'm going to be using cashew nuts today. We will also need some coconut cream or coconut milk, some shrimp paste, some fish sauce, and some sugar, preferably palm sugar, but if you don't have any, then normal sugar will do. So the protein for today's Massaman curry, I'm going to be using beef, and I like it to be really tender and succulent. So I've added it to the pressure cooker. I've put a stock cube in there just to give it some flavor and seasoning. And I've also put my potatoes to boil as well. So I just want this dish to be cooked really, really quickly. The key ingredient to every Thai curry is the paste. So for the Massaman curry paste, we're going to be using some wet ingredients and some dry ingredients. First, going to start by grinding the dry ingredients together. For that, the spices that I introduced earlier, the dry spices, and I'm also going to be adding in these red chili peppers, and I'm just going to grind them dry. I know some people hydrate them and then add them to the paste. I'll just be using the dried chilies as they are. I'm going to add it all to a grinder. I'll do the dry spices first. Just grind them all together. Oh, I forgot to take the what do you call it, man? My brain's not working today. Green cardamom, okay. Right, sorry, I forgot to de-seed the green cardamom. What I need to do is just take the seeds out of there. So all the cardamom, the black cardamom seeds are out of the shells. Okay, I'm now going to add the rest of the dried ingredients. And even the ground stuff, I'm just going to add to it because I just want it to mix nicely in there together. Okay, I'll be back once this has been ground. Okay, there you go, my ground spices, looking good. Just going to empty that back out into the plate for use later on in the curry paste. Okay, next thing I'm going to ground now are these dried chilies. So rather than hydrating them, I'm just going to take these ends off. Ideally, you're meant to take out the seeds as well. So I'll take out as many seeds as I can. I don't really mind it being too spicy, to be honest. So I don't mind leaving those seeds in. I'm just going to break them into smaller pieces so it's easier to grind. I'm now going to grind these. Okay, there you go. That's the dried chilies all ground up. We're now going to add that as well. to our saucer with the rest of the spices. The next step is to add the wet and the dry ingredients to the blender and give it a good old blend. You're meant to use a pestle and mortar, but that again, it just takes too much time. I'm going to go with the less traditional method of using a blender. All right, so I'm going to just cut the shallots into slightly smaller pieces, into halves, before I add them. Okay, into the blender, these frozen lemongrass, I'm just going to chop these up as well. Just cut the ends off first. We're only going to be using the whites for this. I'm also going to just cut the galangal into slightly smaller pieces as well. Oh shit. Okay, I am going to add some kaffir lime leaves as well to this. Now I'm going to add in the garlic cloves, and we're also going to add in our coriander roots, just parts of the stem. Now all of this will be blended together with the dry spices. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to blend this first, and then I'm going to add the ground spices to it and then give it another blend afterwards. Okay, not too easy to blend. I'm going to add the dry spices into there now as well. Give that another whiz. But there you go. There is the red curry paste. I'm going to take that out into a bowl. Ooh. I probably won't need to use all of this, but I can at least store this away in the fridge for use next time, or even the freezer. Oh. I did forget to put shrimp paste into this. So what I'm going to do is when I add this to the wok, I'm going to add the shrimp paste in and give it a little mix before I start adding my coconut milk. All right, on to the cooking. I'm going to start by adding some coconut milk. This is actually coconut cream. Add some of this to the wok. It's quite thick. Okay, now the idea is that we allow this to cook in the wok until the oils separate from it. Okay, this doesn't look like it's going to separate, maybe because it's from a carton. But yeah, I'm going to add the Massaman Curry paste to this now. 4 tablespoons should be more than enough. Let's mix that in. Earlier on, I forgot to add shrimp paste. I'm going to add some of that as well, just to give it a nice umami flavour. I might need a little bit more of the Massaman Curry paste. Again, I'm waiting for the oils to separate in this. Might add a little bit more coconut cream to this actually. I can't get the oils to separate, so and I really don't have the patience to wait any longer. I don't know if it will, so I'm just going to add the meat to this now. Add the beef. Add a little bit of the stock as well. Add some of the beef stock. Add it all in. Okay, I'm going to add some seasoning. So fish sauce. I'm going to add some more coconut cream. Okay, earlier on, sorry, I forgot to add this to the ingredients list, but we do need to add a little bit of tamarind as well. We don't want this to be too sour. I'm not going to add too much, but it's just to lift the flavours and take out the richness from the curry. Sorry, to take away the richness from the curry. Sorry, I meant to say cut through the richness of the curry. Just going to have a little taste. Not bad. Turning the gas down a little bit because it's starting to spit. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to this as well. Okay, so the potatoes were boiled earlier. I'm going to add the potatoes in now. Okay, I think it's a little bit thick, so I'm just going to add a little bit more beef stock to this. Okay, it needs a little bit of sugar. Some sugar. Oh my God. Okay, this is meant to be a slow cooked dish. I know I'm trying to speed up the process. So I'm going to leave it to cook now for another hour or so. Okay, and before I do that, I'm just going to add some onions to this. I'm going to add all of the onions, also the bay leaves, and I'm just going to tear these kaffir lime leaves and add them in as well. Okay, I'm going to add some more beef stock because it is still quite thick. So I'm going to let this boil for a little while now because it is meant to be a slow cooked dish. I'm going to add some cashew nuts to this. Usually they put peanuts in this, but I prefer cashew nuts. I'm going to leave some cashew nuts just to sprinkle on top later. Okay, I'm going to cover this up now so it doesn't splash all over the stove. I'm just going to leave that for about half an hour. Okay, so we're serving this with a few cashew nuts on top. All right, Massaman Curry ready to score. Hello.
You stood like the Queen's Guard, like guarding your curry, like somebody's gonna steal it from you.
It's my defensive stance.
Is that what it
I
is?
just know I'm gonna get slated right now.
What? Why? Why do you think you don't trust your own cooking?
No, it's great. There's a couple of things I could have improved on, but
Okay.
I'll let you judge that.
You wanna share?
No,
With
I'll
us?
let you say it.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, it looks good. The colours looks really dark and rich. I'm assuming there's lots of flavour in there. You can smell the rich spices in the air, which is fantastic. It doesn't taste like the Thai green curry. So I know this is slightly different.
You've not tasted it yet, though.
I know, but I can smell it.
You said-
My nose never deceives me. Okay, right, let's go. Ooh, meat is nice and tender. Use a pressure cooker. And the sauce, the gravy is nice and thick. Okay, bismillah. It's rich, it's creamy, it's comforting. The heat is just enough so it doesn't blow your head off. The meat is beautifully cooked. I'm gonna try potato. The potato has soaked up the flavors, which I absolutely love. And I like the crunch from the onions as well. Yeah, that's a really good dish.
Yeah.
You've done really well.
I think I've added a little bit too much tamarind. Can you taste a little bit of sourness in there? Or
I
not?
can definitely taste the sourness, but I don't think it's overpowering.
Okay.
I think it is well balanced.
No,
Too
because
tangy.
I've never had Massaman Curry that had a bit, like a sour kick to it.
It doesn't
No.
overpower though. It works well. You can also taste a lemongrass and the lime kaffir leaves. They're very fragrant. The oils have been released into that curry as well. I think the tolerance of the heat is perfect. I don't think it's too much. Like I said, it's not overpowering. I think you've done a really good job there.
Great. Shall we score?
I'm really reluctant to give him a 10. I really don't want to give him a 10, but I actually can't find any faults to this. Yeah, I think it's a really good curry. I really like it. And I would happily order this at a restaurant. I have to find a fault. You can never have 10. This feels wrong. All right, do you know what? I'll give you a 10.
We're off to culinary school.
But the tamarind, no, well, you've got to get consistent 10s. But the tamarind, yeah, it's coming through now. It's lingering, the
Yeah, of
tamarind.
course
Maybe
it
you
is,
should
yeah. All
get
right.
that down to 9.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's really good. It's perfectly cooked. I have no faults for this. I have nothing to criticize. Yeah, well done. Really good job.
All right, thank you very much for watching. We'll be back next week with another amazing Southeast Asian dish. Until next time.